Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Harry Potter review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 76409, Gryffindor House Banner. This set includes 285 pieces and retails for $34.99 when it released on March 1st of 2023. Now as far as these banner gimmicks go, I think this is probably the most disappointing of which, I mean, I've really had enough of some of the Gryffindor things that they've been making as of lately. Really, the highlight of this set is getting Angelina Johnson for the very first time in LEGO form. I'm so happy to finally have her, and I even have some extra Quidditch robes that I can't wait to put her in to make her join the Quidditch team. That's going to be amazing. Another really interesting thing about these sets is the fact that these banners can fold open to reveal a common room setting, which we've actually gotten the Gryffindor dormitories and even the common room before in LEGO form, though I think this is probably one of the better representations. From the back you can also see the three other house banners advertised, as well as something noting that there is one of those 3D lenticular backgrounds used in this set, which should make it even more exciting. Same old story as the other sets, 2 numbered bags, 4 loose plate pieces, your lenticular background, as well as your instructions and sticker sheet. These are turning out to be probably my favorite parts of these sets. I just really love the movement in the background, some of the close details that you don't really notice till you have it in hand, like that Thestral up there. I love that they included that. We also have a Cornish pixie, as well as Sirius's face in the fire, which kind of looks weird, but whatever. Still really interesting and happy that they're making something different and unique for this gimmick line. Sticker sheet features some extra details. A little disappointing that this is a sticker and not included on the lenticular background. Really love that inclusion. This we've seen before, and I think it's nice that it's been upsized. Instructions feature your ugly render from the front, win information from the back, piece count for 2 pages, and your advertisement with the 3 other sets released in this wave of gimmicks. With this being Gryffindor House, of course we gotta get a new variant of Harry Potter in this set, who's exclusive because of the torso print, which looks very, very similar to the one that we got in the 2020 Room of Requirement set, though is different than that torso print. It's kind of hilarious that they didn't just reuse that torso print from back in 2020. They made something entirely different, which is just so silly and dumb of them. But anyways, it's a new torso piece regardless, which can't really complain that they make a new print, though really they could have just reused something here and it would have saved them some more money. We also get some back printing there, just continuing the style and the yellow-red for the Gryffindor color scheme. Facial expression and hair pieces, the same ones that we've been getting since 2019 for that year 5/6/7 version of Harry, with the smile from the front, and from the back they get an unhappy look. Next up, in the same year as Harry, we have Neville Longbottom, who is exclusive due to the arrangement of parts. The torso piece was introduced back in 2021 and the facial expression in 2020, where you get that sort of toothy smirk from the front, and you can spin that right around to see my least favorite facial expression for Neville, that kind of confused look, though it still kinda works for his character. Honestly, I would love to see them just make a new facial expression altogether. Same hairpiece as Harry, just in a dark brown color, and we also get the back printing for this figure, just continuing the style of the Hogwarts robes. Saving the best for last, we have Angelina Johnson for the very first time ever in LEGO form. Now this figure is really interesting for 2 reasons, one of which we get some brand new prints, and then the other reason being the fact that this has to be a year 7 version of Angelina, just because we get the regular size legs for both Neville and Harry, meaning that they're in year 5. When Harry was in his 5th year, Angelina was in her 7th year, so that would make the most sense in my opinion as far as timing goes for these sets. Speaking of the new prints, we get a brand new jumper print from the front with that Gryffindor styling, which I love this torso piece. I expect people will love using this on their sig figs and such. Also continues that continuity that we saw inside the other banner sets when it comes to them using this particular torso print, which we get both front and back, which will also reveal that alternate facial expression for Angelina, where you get a sort of regular smirk calm face from the front, and we'll spin it right around to see an open mouth grin from the other side. We're also using the princess hairpiece in black, which I think works very well with her character. And as far as the color combination for the legs and the torso goes, this is fine in my opinion. Taking away our minifigures, it's time to take a look at the smaller builds included. A running theme in all of these banner sets that I'm starting to notice is that their accessories are pretty much all the same. We get some lighting here with some torches, which are actually pretty neat builds where you use the cup piece from the very bottom with a stud with a hole in the center in order to place the candle piece. I think that works very well for some extra lighting around the common room. And next we have a set of 2 chairs as well as a table. The table being this stickered 4x4 tile piece for, I guess, just a table with a chessboard or wizard chessboard on it. You get some studs on the other side to represent the legs of the table, but one thing I have to point out is the fact that the sticker is not the same color as the piece, which is something that I think is becoming more and more of a problem when it comes to LEGO, and also just like the printing style isn't as, I guess, high quality as I would have wanted it to be. At the end of the day, there really isn't anything I can do at this point, because if I ask for another sticker sheet, it's pretty much going to be the same, I think. But this is definitely a problem that LEGO needs to figure out. Now, looking at the 2 chair designs, I think these turned out amazing. I love the building on the side techniques and how we use the studs to represent, I guess, the feet of the chair. I think that works very well. And you get a nice spot to actually sit one of your minifigures there. You can easily just plop them on the unstudded area. The only problem is, of course, they will fall off because they're not connected to any studs. Going around the room and taking a look at all the different details, of course we have a nice couch over here which works well with the 2 chairs that we get right next to the fireplace. We actually have a sticker for this portion where you can see outside the window another section of the castle. That's also on one of those translucent window pane pieces, which I think is really interesting. I wish it was on a different color because I would like just have the plain old translucent piece myself. Moving right over to the fireplace, you can see the lenticular background has a nice piece of wood in the fire, and as you tilt it slightly, you can see Sirius's face pop up in the fire. As much as I don't like the design of Sirius's face there, I think they could have done a better job. We have a small little Gryffindor plaque over here right above the fireplace, and you can also see a little bit of, I guess, some drapes in the background. It's kind of weird, this particular design. You can also see some smaller windows up at the top. One feature that I really love is the inclusion of the Thestral that you can see up in the very top corner there. That's really cool. Just like the other banner sets, we happen to get a reference to the founder of the house, Godric Gryffindor himself, holding the Sword of Gryffindor, which just so happens to be underneath him here on this clip piece. It is kind of weird that that's included, but still nice to get it in a cheaper set, I suppose, with that dual molding for the rubies. Absolutely love that piece, introduced in the Collectible Minifigures Series 2. We have the older broom piece. They're not using the ones that we saw as of last year. Piece of chocolate connected off to the side with a stud. Can also see that we have a golden snitch, as well as, I believe, the house cup in the background, which you can see shrink and grow in size. That's kind of a weird motion, but still interesting. Probably my favorite part of this particular lenticular background is how you can see the shift in the stairs in that area where you can pretend to have your characters go up to their dormitory. I think that's really cool. Down here we have some books, one of which actually being another Hogwarts moment, the herbology book. We also get a reference to Neville's Remember All, which I think is really cool, with a bit of red in there to note that he's forgotten something. We have a 1x2 print for a letter, a nice ink and quill, and then this reference is something that actually surprised me. We have a sticker on this inverse 2x2 tiles of one of the original heads of houses for Gryffindor. I think it's really interesting that they decided to include her here. I'll also include the actual portrait off to the side. This is mainly referenced in video games, I believe, so it's interesting to see that LEGO had the reference material to actually place here. Back to the instructions, we get a page in the back that shows where you can place all of these objects in order to store them within the banner. One of my favorite features is actually stuffing the chessboard up the chimney. I think that is really hilarious that they show that as an option. From there you can easily close this up, and the hinge pieces to close it in upon itself. Really, the only downside to storing this stuff on the banner is that it does look ugly from the very back, but really there's nothing that you can do about it. I also have to note that there are more of these tap pieces being used than in any of the other banner sets, so that's something really interesting to note. We actually get more of them on this particular set, though still that doesn't really help when it comes to keeping this in place. It is very loose. Flipping back around to the other side, you can take a look at the overall design with that 6x8 tile print for Gryffindor, which I love, with that golden shine to the lion. Really beautiful print. So happy that they made that. We also have these exclusive 2x2 cutout molds off to the side in this yellow-orange color. This, I believe, is brand new color for this particular set. You'll also see it in other colors throughout the other banners. And as a whole, very happy with the color scheme. This is probably my favorite color scheme of all of the banners. And of course, if it wasn't self-explanatory, we happen to get one of these hanging pieces from the very top that allows you to hang this alongside all the other banners, reviews of which should all be out by the end of the month. So overall, for $35, is this set worth it? I mean, if you're a member of Gryffindor House, I definitely recommend getting this banner set. The main attraction for anyone who may want this is definitely going to be that minifigure of Angelina Johnson for the very first time ever in LEGO form. Really happy to finally have her in my collection. As for Harry and Neville, we've seen them so many times, and these variants are just nothing exactly special in my opinion. As far as the common room build goes, I think it's pretty accurate, though there are some things that I do have to question about it. But as a whole, I'm happy to add this to my collection, and I think it'll look nice next to the other sets. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!